Hello again everyone, nice of you to join us. In this video we're continuing down the Llangollen, getting towards the end now but not quite, so why don't you join us, and we hope you find it's enjoyable. So rather than me talking, let's get on with our next part of our trip. I'll come in, don't worry, I'm coming in. Alright, lovely. Alright. The one thing definitely what we don't focus on is to talk about new waters and tick lists. Could definitely not do boating on that method. The best thing to do is just cruise the places you really like. That's by far the best way to do boating. That being said, we have covered most of the network over all this time that we've boated, but certainly nowadays we cruise exactly where we want to do, not where we think we need to. Boat coming up, so Bernadette can leave it open. It's amazing how many boats moor up on this piling on the left, and the boat coming out swings over and smashes into them because of the bywatch. Where are you getting on, Burnett? You getting on here? Oh no, you're walking, sorry. Oh yes, my fault. Should have stayed over to the right. I thought you were getting on. Right. Well, that was like a novice, that, coming out of there and going to the left. I don't know. Pardon? I was like a novice then. I thought you was getting on there.
No, you were.
Shocking. Hi. We're coming up to Quoisley Lock now. This one's very, very close to the main road. I don't think many people would want to mow around here because I think it'd be noisy because that road's busy all through the night as well. Most lock gates are made of oak. The problem is, at the moment, there's a major shortage generally. As the same as with many things. So if you can't get hold of oak, and locks are handmade in oak, or the majority are, we could have some interesting times if a gate fails, which undoubtedly it will. But if you can't get the materials, I wonder if they're looking at something different. I've seen some metal ones, but I don't like them. It still looks, you know, the oak ones look traditional and correct, but circumstances might mean we're getting a few different type of locks made in the future. Who knows? What a glorious, glorious cruising day. Fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. Yes. Very nice indeed. I just noticed that in Quoisley Lock there, where all the water was coming in at the back, that on the plate it said 1963. Surely not. God, that'll be an indestructible lock if it's lasted that long. Normally they estimate 20 years, 25 years. for lock gates. If that's 1963, they won't get the same material. Wow. When you've come out of Quarsley Lock and you come round the bend under the bridge, you're faced with these gorgeous moorings. This is on the long straight length before you eventually get to Merbury and Merbury Locks. But it's absolutely brilliant if you want to stay here. Nice and quiet, wide enough as well. And we have stayed here many, many times. But it's a bit early in the day for us this time, and we are carrying on. Not sure where yet, but it's far too nice to moor up and stop. So we'll continue and enjoy this fantastic unseasonal weather. Brilliant. after careful consideration, we've decided we're going to do the next 3 lift bridges, moor up and sample a few beers either at the Cotton Arms or the Dusty Miller. It's only right. Again, many years ago, Cotton Arms, the landlord then, sadly he's passed away now, but many years ago we had plenty of, should we say, late night lock-ins. That was when we could drink lots of beer. It's not like that now. Moderation, but the good stuff. Not John Smith Smooth or Stones or Tetley Smooth. None of that rubbish. Proper beer. And you can add lager on that as well. I think the only lager I really like is Green Monkey from Jules, because that's made like a real ale. This lift bridge used to be up all the time, well it's not now, and I do know that this is one Bernadette says is pretty hard with many turns. That looked hard, that one Bernadette. See you in a minute. When we was youngsters, when I was very young, and I liked to go out, you know, and I was a bit of a, you know, I was into my rugby league then. I liked playing it, and I actually turned down a chance to turn professional, which was a wise decision, by the way. But I remember we used to always go out on a Friday night. If I had £1.50, I knew I could have 6 pints of beer, and then I have a choice to make. I could get on the bus, but the return, £1.50 didn't quite give you enough money if you wanted to have chips and peas, or a split as we call it. So we knew if we had our 6 pints when I was out with my mates, if we went to the chippy, it meant walking home, which we ended up doing most times, because we said we'll have the fish and chips instead, or the chips and peas or whatever, and we used to do that every Friday. And I was just thinking, £1.50, 6 pints, a choice of a bus journey there and back, or one way, and chips and peas or chips and fish. Hard to believe these days, isn't it? And I'm not that old yet. We're now approaching Wrenbury. You'll notice that with all the boats moored up now. Hi. One of the reasons why there's plenty of boats is because of the pubs. That's one thing. Narrowboats a lot congregate when they know that within a short distance they can have a few refreshing beers or lagers or wine or whatever. And I think we'll be doing that too shortly. But first of all, we'll get through the electronic lift bridge. Much better having the key position on the towpath side than the across the road. Makes it much easier. You will, yes. And thankfully, not all the boats are sticking out as far as what they can do. It can get quite awkward here, but we have enough room today. A very, very popular caravan site is here as well. Always got plenty of caravans there. I don't know whether they're, you know, you see plenty come in, but is there some permanent ones as well, because they're there all over winter. But it's never empty, that's for certain. Right, see you in a minute. Oh well. Time to moor up now. We've had a grand day. I think besides going for a beer, I think we might get a bite to eat as well. I'll talk to Bernadette about it afterwards and we'll make a decision. But we're here to moor up in a lovely little spot. Great stuff.